Will his skills with a needle and thread get him out of this pickle? Let's get stuffed with the Taxidermist. In Megacity 1, death is never the end. You can either get yourself recycled at Recyc or find yourself under the tender, loving care of someone like Jacob Sardini. Sardini was a taxidermist who stuffed dead human bodies for a living, and he did it well. In a wonderfully poor-taste comedic inversion by John Wagner and Alan Grant, Sardini took great pride in his work, combining the old-school dignity of an undertaker with the humble virtuosity of a craftsman. Law-abiding Sardini first came to the attention of Judge Dredd when the gangster Yes family came knocking and forced him to stuff some of their number who had been shot in a mob war. It all went awry when his client was killed by the judges, but Sardini managed to evade capture. Years later, he represented Megacity 1 at the 2116 Olympic Games in Nepal, where taxidermy, alongside sex and staring, had become a respected sport. He again found himself in trouble when the local despotic regime forced him to use his skills for their nefarious ends, but that didn't stop him winning gold with a spectacular display. The Taxidermist in Progs 507 to 510 is a classic over-the-top city-as-character story, with Sardini using his wit and simple cunning to survive, while Return of the Taxidermist is, in some ways, a more subtle kind of comedy. His mournful burden of duty and mortality makes Sardini an almost immediately sympathetic protagonist. Wagner and Grant used him to examine how notions of dignity and humanity can still exist even in a crowded future megalopolis. Get Sardini's saga all sewn up by grabbing the collected Taxidermist, which is available from 2000 AD's web shop and apps. Well, thanks for joining us again on the 2000 AD ABC Earthlets. Tune in next week as we continue our alphabetical odyssey to the galaxy's greatest comic.